like when we've been vlogging just for us recently, it's been like, I mean, we had a new altar turn up literally, what, like 3 days ago? And that was weird. I don't know, like I caught stuff on camera that I didn't even know was going on. So like, for example, the other night, I'd been so busy working and studying on no sleep that I'd just been focusing on that, and then just like, I don't know, went back into the headspace, I suppose. It's just a blank for me. But yeah, it was, again, I wouldn't have known this happened if he didn't leave a video and one of my friends told me. So I was a little bit panicky about it because I was like, why is there a new altar? What are they going to be like? You know, do we have to go through all the communication stuff again? Are they going to work with the system or against the system? Has something else happened to us that we don't know about? Or is this just because we're not coping? Does that mean that I'm not doing well enough? It takes a lot of bravery to speak from the heart. And we usually do. I mean, well, we always do. Is the new altar a good friend? Don't know yet. I haven't spoken to them personally. I don't know what they look like. I know what they've told me and what my friend told me that they told them. And it seems like it's not gonna cause any trouble, and it's mainly for me to stop. I had some... Are they aware they're in a system? Yes, they're aware they're in a system because they know where they came from. And we're not sure if it's like, okay, I'm not sure if it's like a new, well, it is a new altar, but okay, so what I know, I can only tell you what I know. There's part of our inner world which we weren't sure whether it's an altar or not, but it has left us a message before, so I guess that means it must be an altar, but it's part of the inner world. It's a sort of connection of cameras that go in the lower inner world, so sort of like through the dungeons, and inside the carousel, and into one of the Little's rooms. And it's also inside the carousel is where Jade works with all the filing, the memory filing stuff, and there's lots of sort of like big computer stuff in there and filing cabinets, and it kind of goes through the ceiling, the mainframe. It's a camera network essentially. And I don't know if they'd want to join the channel. I don't know enough yet. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, okay, so the mainframe runs through the inner world, and we weren't sure really what it was. And this new altar seems to be connected to the mainframe, or like part of the mainframe, or from the mainframe. It's somehow connected to the mainframe, and the way it described itself, I don't know what the pronouns are for them, it, I don't know, he, I'm not sure. It's sort of like a projection of their consciousness or something along those lines. It was in some, it's okay, it's in some way connected to, I know I'm not making much sense, I don't really, yeah, but I think it's it was talking about trauma, that it knows about, has some of Kyle's memories, has some of Jade's memories, has some of Ruby's memories and stuff like that, but it wasn't very emotional, and it kept saying no faces. So what I understand is that they have a vast of past abuse, specifically abuse and not trauma. And well, I mean, abuse is trauma, but not other stuff, just abusive situations, and the categories, the different categories. Sorry, I need to trigger warn this. Trigger warning, I'm not going to say anything specific, but the word trauma and abuse will be used. Yeah, I can tell you why I think they turned up. There's no problem, it's just was needed for us. Yeah, overview of categories of abuse, but no connection to it, and no faces. So they don't, it doesn't remember faces. But what I think this is because, and Sorry. I was dissociating from the fact that this is actually quite a difficult thing. Oh. I'm starting to dissociate. Idiot. I think that, yes, yeah, okay. I think the reason that we needed it is because I got some suggestions. I managed to trigger myself a while ago when we were preparing to film Jade's video about gatekeepers, which you guys voted on, and I wanted to do some separate research so that I could add some sort of like sources if people wanted to look at other stuff. And I somehow went down a rabbit hole and ended up on this really specific area of the internet that was really nothing to do with gatekeepers, and it was about specific types of abuse. And I suddenly came to a really horrendous conclusion, and then had a huge flashback, I think, and I remember none of it. All I remember is again what my friend told me, because I was like, I'm not okay. Please help ground me, and they did. But apparently, I've been poking at it. I've been poking at it, not realizing it's kind of like, you know when your mind just wanders. Apparently, my mind has been wandering in that direction. I've been triggering myself, and it's causing Jade a lot of work and Kyle a lot of distress to keep taking those memories back, or like guiding me around it so that I'm not looking at that stuff, because I'm not allowed to know yet, which is fine. I think the reason that this ultra is around is because somewhere in my consciousness I need some kind of answers. The reason this ultra exists, as I am assuming it to be, is because I keep peeking behind the curtain, as you put it. And oh, come on. I need some kind of answers somewhere in my subconscious that aren't triggering. I need something that will stop my mind from going there, but enough to satisfy. They can give a vague understanding of things without any emotion attached to it, without, there are images, but it's almost more of a suggestion of an image, shadows and no faces. And they kept saying that because they're just part of the mainframe, and because they're just a projection of what is essentially code and computers, then if they don't exist, then they can't tell. Yes, they're trying to protect me. They're trying to protect the system from me, partially, I think.